I underestimated how hard it was going to be for me. I have an executive assistant, Sammy, who we know is the GOAT. Y'all, I want y'all to know, that dress I had on earlier with the sequins and the sparkles, one of them was like bent, and she was like, I'm going to get a steamer. She was like, I'll be back. She was like, we're going to steam this out. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I didn't ask. I was like, I love you. I love you. So Sammy is in Maryland. I'm in DC. And I realized I needed a personal assistant. And some of the indicators that I needed a personal assistant was, so I don't cook. Does not bring me joy. I don't do it. And so I order my meals. And I kept missing the deadline of when to order my meals. And I was like, I don't understand, this feels so easy to me. I don't understand why I keep missing the deadline of 8 p.m. on Friday of ordering my meals. Like that should be, I would even set alarms. I sign up for the text message reminders. I don't understand why I can't do this. And then I had to realize that I'm not in the same place where I was a year ago. I don't have the time and capacity. Between now and the end of the year, I am traveling every week. So the number of flights that have to be booked, the number of most of the time not a rental car, but when I go home, I have to get a rental car. I had to go home when I went home for Thanksgiving last year, I booked the rental car, and typically Sammy will do any and everything. And when I got to Mississippi, I couldn't remember if I did it. And so I was like, and because I couldn't remember if I did, I was like, I don't know if it's Avis, I don't know if it's Hertz, I don't know what it is, I didn't even know what to search for. And in that moment, I was like, I have got to release what I'm thinking. I'm judging myself for not being able to do those things, when in the reality is, I don't have the time and capacity. I need a personal assistant to be able to support me in these things. And I hired her maybe 2-3 months ago. She's local to DC. And when I tell you it has changed my life, and I have been able to get free from those pieces. And so I just say that because for many of us, the reality is those things are not even 4-figure tasks, they're like 3-figure tasks. And I'm judging myself for not being able to do a 3-figure task while I'm over here because I'm focused on the 6- and 7-figure tasks. Right? And so that's a part of the mindset shift. And I also name from a gender standpoint, because I'm making the assumption, men, y'all can let me know, men don't be judging themselves if they can't cook, right? They ain't judging themselves that they weren't able to do laundry. And
I think also, it's not even a matter if you can.
Right.
It's a matter of you didn't desire to.
Right.
Right. I hired my mom. I retired my mom. I was 37, and then when I hit I forgot what
clap
number.
For that.
Since family is so important to me, I started my investments there. So I retired my mom, and she's my personal assistant. So when Darnielle was like, I don't wash my clothes, I don't wash my clothes. I have a cleaner. My mom cooks breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. She picks up my daughter from school. She literally takes care of the entire house. So she has her own, we call it apartment B, downstairs, and she, and she's able to travel, she's traveling the world. And I think it's a matter of just setting up in your mind, if it's not something that you don't want to do, you just don't do it. I know how to cook, but I don't want to cook.
Right.
So I ain't cooking.
Right.
Period.
Right.
I know for me it's a little different. I have 2 children, 7, 2nd grade, and 11, 6th grade, and shouts out to Principal Greer.
Hey!
It's in the room. My children's principal, right up here on the front row. She's amazing. And so for me, it's a little bit different because entrepreneurship gave me time freedom. And for me, it gave me the ability to be available. Mm-hmm. So when the school calls, I'm able to go up to the school, right? I'm able to go volunteer. I'm able to do all the things. If my child gets sick or get in trouble, because those things happen, I'm able to stop what I'm doing and go, right? I'm a very hands-on mom. So I cook for my kids. You know, I teach my kids how to clean up. I did hire a housekeeper to take the burden off of me, but when I started giving my children chores and my son started saying, Mom, just get the housekeeper, I was like, you know what? Absolutely not. Mom, can't you just get the housekeeper? No, you gonna clean your room, right? But it's the fact that they're able to see that that's an option, that they don't have to do all the things. Like my mom, she's retired, but she was nannying for other families to make some income. I said, Mom, don't worry about that. I will pay you. Just come help me in the afternoons with the kids. Yeah. And so, whereas, you know, they get tired of hearing my mouth and me sitting there doing homework, now grandmama there to go take them to the park and all the things, right? Mm-hmm. While I cook dinner, so they're not just sitting there in front of the TV. So for me, entrepreneurship and even just moving to that 7-figure space gave me the opportunity to outsource so that I could be more present with my family.